In this Getresponse tutorial for beginners, I will show you step by step, click by click, how to get started with the email marketing software Getresponse. So if you're looking for a complete tutorial showing you exactly step by step how to set up your email marketing system with Getresponse, then keep watching. This is the perfect video for you. What's up? This is Simon from Madix Media, providing you with the best tips, tools, and tutorials to grow your online business. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to not miss any upcoming videos. So in this tutorial, I will walk you through everything on my computer so you can easily follow along and set up your own email marketing system within Getresponse. The goal is that at the end of watching this video, you'll be all set up with this email marketing provider. I'll also leave timestamps down below in the video description, so at any time you can come back to this video and rewatch certain parts. Also, if you have any questions whatsoever, just leave them down below in the comment section and I'll make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you find this video helpful, make sure to click that thumbs up button, because then the algorithm will show it to more people and then more people will be able to find this video and help them out to set up their own Getresponse account. Okay, so let's get started. Getresponse currently offers a 30-day free trial that you can use to try out their software before committing to a paid plan. You also don't have to enter any credit card information. So the first step is to either go down to the video description and click on the first link you find there, or if you're watching this on a mobile phone, you can also just go to your browser and type in madixmedia.com/Getresponse. I'm always updating that specific link to the latest discounts and promotions that Getresponse is doing so that you can get the best price that is currently available. So do that now and we'll move on from there. Alright, so we're starting off here with an empty browser, and the first step that we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to go to the top URL and we're going to type in madixmedia.com/Getresponse. And this is my referral link, and I always make sure that to put the latest promotions under this specific link. So sometimes Getresponse is doing like an end of the year promotion with like 30% off, 20% off. And I'm also working on getting an exclusive discount for my audience with like a 10 or 20% off. And I'm always putting those promotions that are going on right now, the best price that is currently available, under this specific link. So go to this link and then it will redirect you to the Getresponse website. So currently they don't have any promotion going on. So this is what you see right now. But to get started, we're going to click on sign up free on the top right. And that will take us to the sign up page. So here we have to type in our name. So I'm just going to type in Madix Media. And then the email address, let's take one of mine, madixtutorials@gmail.com. Then decide on a password. Make sure that you can remember it and that it's actually a safe password. You also have to use a special character, as you see right here. And then click on create your account. Okay, so before we get access to our new Getresponse account, we have to activate it by going to the inbox of the email that we have just used to sign up for Getresponse, and then we have to click on the button to activate our account. So let me just quickly log into my email account. So this is what the email looks like that you'll be getting in your email inbox. So all you have to do here is to click on activate my account, and then it will take you into your Getresponse account. You can close all the other tabs up here because now it will guide us through the next part of the sign up process, which is actually type in your first name, your last name, and the country that you live in, and actually also your address. Because with email marketing, in most countries, you have to put your physical address at the bottom of every email. So with Getresponse, you actually have the option to turn this off. But for specific countries, it is actually mandatory to have your physical address down there. So I usually recommend to have like a PO address or a business address that you can put at the bottom of your emails. But you can also turn it off with Getresponse. So let me just quickly fill out this form right here. And that should take you into your Getresponse dashboard. Now you might get some message here that if you upgrade today, you will get an email marketing certification program worth $200. But if you actually close this, then you will still have access to this if you upgrade, I think, within 30 days. So don't worry, you don't have to upgrade right away. But I do want to take a look quickly at all of the Getresponse plans because they have changed a couple of things since I made my last tutorial. So we're going to quickly look at each of these plans. So personally, I think you want to either go with the basic plan or with the plus plan. Because with the basic plan, you basically get email marketing, which is newsletters, broadcasts. Then you get autoresponders, which is like a specific email series that you can just send out once somebody signs up to your list or once somebody downloads a lead magnet or something. And then you get unlimited landing pages, which is pretty cool. And you get unlimited automation templates, sales funnels, unlimited lead funnels. The only thing that you don't have in the basic that I think is very useful is the automation builder. And when I did my last tutorial for Getresponse, this automation builder was actually part of the basic plan or a part of the cheapest plan. So that has actually changed. And if you do need this automation builder, you will have to go for the plus plan right here. So that just so you know what you'll be getting with each plan, because when you build out something in the free trial, let's say you use the automation builder a couple of times, but then you don't want to actually go for the plus plan, then you won't be able to use your automations that you have built after the 30 days have run out. So you want to make sure that you actually are aware of the plans that Getresponse is offering here. So let's close this down and let's actually get started with the tutorial. So we're now in our Getresponse dashboard, which is what you'll see every time you log into your Getresponse account. So you basically, in the middle here, you have some different so-called widgets. These are like different boxes that give you quick information to specific things that are going on within your Getresponse account. So right now you have like tips and tricks, grow with Getresponse, stuff like that, which are mainly promotions. So I usually just remove those widgets, and then I add the ones that I think make more sense. And this list building program, by the way, is pretty good in my opinion. So you can take that if you want to, but you don't want to see that every time you log into your Getresponse account. Remove, and remove. I do like these quick actions here, so I'm going to keep this widget. But if you click on add new widget, then you see all the different widgets that you can add to your Getresponse dashboard. So what I like to have is this one, list size. Then I have list trends as well. Then I have sign up source, not that important to me. New contacts, last new. This is pretty cool, the last newsletter sent, because then you see the last newsletter that you send out, you see how well it did. You don't have to go into the reports every time. You see how well it did with like open rates, click-through rates, and so on. So this is the one I add as well. And autoresponders, I don't really use autoresponders because I mainly use automations, but I'm going to cover autoresponders in this tutorial as well. Then landing pages, this is not that important to me as well. Forums, you can also see like the sign up rate or the conversion rate of your landing pages and forums if you want to have that as well in your dashboard. Then workflows is what I use because I do mainly automations, and this is workflows. So you see how many people are in your workflows, how many people finish your workflows, and all that kind of stuff. Then let's see, conversion funnel if you use funnels. So these are the ones that I like to use. Obviously, you can put there a lot more information to your dashboard, and this will become really interesting once you already have a couple of emails sent out, once you have a couple of landing pages, a couple of funnels, and all that kind of stuff. You get a lot more data in here, and it will become a lot more interesting. But we're going to leave it at that for the moment. So to navigate through Getresponse, you basically go through the menu on the top left right here. So you have the menu here, and here you see all the different features or tools that Getresponse is offering. So you have email marketing, which is newsletters, like one-time email campaigns. Then you have autoresponders, which, like I said, is like a, let's say, for everybody that joins your email list, you want to have an email series of 5 emails sent out, and you can use autoresponders for that. The downside with autoresponders is that you don't really have any flexibility with customization. So you can say that if somebody clicked this link, then I want to send them through this route. And if somebody like opened this email, I want to send them this email. So the customized email journeys is doable with the automation. The autoresponders are like just static email. It's just a static email series. They will go out the same way every time for everyone. And then automations, like I said, you have a lot more possibilities. You can go, you can do like split tests, or you can do like if else different email sequences. If somebody clicks a link, then you will send them this. If somebody doesn't open the email, then you will send them this. So you have a lot more flexibility with automation. Then webinars is something I don't really use, so I'm not going to cover that in this tutorial. Push notifications I don't use either. Then conversion funnel is something that I've added, I think, last year, which is pretty cool in my opinion. It doesn't work perfectly yet, but I do use it, and I'm going to show you how to use it in this tutorial. Then landing pages is something that I have integrated for a long time. Landing pages are like one-page websites where you can that you can send people to, give them their email address, basically to get leads. And then you have forms and surveys. So forms is something that you can put on your website to also get new email addresses from your website. I'm also going to show you how to set up your forms and put them on your WordPress website. Then you have ads, which is something that I've just introduced. Stores. You can also do like sell stuff with Getresponse, but this is really not what they specialize in. So I'm not going to cover it in this tutorial. And then the rest we're going to look at later. Then you also have like this second menu up top here. This is also something that I've changed since the last time I did the tutorial. So you have lists. This is an overview of all your different email lists. So you have to understand that when you get an email address or an email contact, they will go on specific lists. So maybe you have different lists for different kinds of audiences. Maybe you have a list for your customers, then you have a list for your blog readers, you have a list for your people in your coaching or something like that. So you can segment people by putting them on different lists. And just so you know, if you have like the same contact on different lists, it will count as multiple contacts. And as you know, Getresponse, they charge based on how many contacts you have. So you really want to make sure that people are only on one list. Otherwise, you will have to pay twice for the same contact. What you can also do is put everyone on one list and then segment them by giving them different tags. This is also something you can do, or use this segment option right here to segment people in different kind of categories. But this is like more advanced stuff. So you have lists. You have lists up here. Then you have reports, which also will become interesting once you have sent out a couple of email campaigns. Drafts, or the drafts that you have done. And then you have like quick links can create. So it can create newsletters, landing pages, funnels, forms, and autoresponders. These are just quick links that go to these menus right here. And then the last thing you have to know to navigate through Getresponse is this one right here, the support. This comes in really handy because I think Getresponse is one of the best supports in all the email marketing providers that I know, because they are very available, like quickly available and very easy to use. Because if you just click here and then you can drag them around, you can start a chat. And right now it says it takes 2 minutes, which is really long for Getresponse. But normally I see somebody like pop in here as soon as I click the button, and then they will be able to chat with the support, and they will be able to help you out really quickly, which is something that I love about Getresponse. So yeah, after 2 minutes, somebody will come in here and then help you out with your problem. So this is everything I want to show you about the dashboard. Let's get now started setting up our email system. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to set up the email address that you will be sending out emails from. It's very important that you don't just use your Gmail or your AOL or Hotmail address, because then all your emails will end up in the spam folder. So what you have to do is you have to go up to the top here where it says My Account, and then you go to Manage Account right here. And on the left side, you see email addresses. Here is where you see the email address that you have used to sign up for Getresponse. And as you see, I have used a Gmail address. I usually sign up using a Gmail address. And then what I will do, I will add my personal branded email address, which is simon@madixmedia.com. So I'm going to show you how to add this. You just click on Add Email, and then you just type in the name that should appear for people when they receive an email from you. So for me, this just would be Simon. Maybe I'm going to say Madix Media so that they know who is actually sending them an email. And then my email address that I want people to see is simon@madixmedia.com. And then I click Add Address. So now we have to confirm this email address. So right now it's unconfirmed. What they will do is they will send an email to this specific email address Again, similarly as when we had to activate our Getresponse account, you just click on the button and then it will activate this specific email address. So let me just log into my email. All right, so there we go. This is the email that you'll be getting to the email that you want to add to your Getresponse account. And all you have to do here is just click on confirm, and then it will take you back to your Getresponse account. And as you see now, this new email address is confirmed. So you can use this email address to send out emails from. Now, so you can use this now, but another thing that I would really recommend you do is to authenticate your email, your domain, which this email represents. So I don't want to explain why this is important. I'll leave some links down below if you're interested, or you can just click on read more about DMARC and Getresponse. But I would suggest you do this because this will increase your deliverability rate, which means that the emails will be more likely to actually be seen by your subscribers, which is what you try to do. So click on authenticate right here. And here you see the instructions. So all you have to do is you have to add a text record for this domain right here, and you have to add this value. So you have to go to your domain registrar. So it might be GoDaddy, might be Namecheap, might be Bluehost, or whatever. And then you have to add a text record. Now I'm going to show you how to do this with Bluehost. But if you don't use Bluehost, maybe use another provider, you can always just ask their support to just send them a screenshot of this, or send them or copy paste this into their support chat, and then they will add it for you. So don't worry, you will be able to get this to work. And I would really recommend you do it because then it will increase your deliverability rate. So I'm just going to quickly log into my Bluehost account. So I'm now in the Bluehost account, and here I just go to domains right here. Then I look for the domain that I'm using for the email address that I'm using. So in this case, it would be maddoxmedia.com. So here I just click on manage. Then I click on DNS. And then I scroll down and look for the text records. So the TXT records. So I see it right here. So what I'm going to do now is click on add record. And then we go back to Getresponse. And here is where we have to copy this part right here. Copy. Then we go back. We paste this in here for the record. And then we go back and we copy this by just clicking copy. And we paste it inside of the text value. And that's all we have to do. Now we have to click on save right here. And then it will take maybe a couple of hours until it's propagated, which means that it will only work after a couple of hours. But we're going to need some time to set up our account anyway, so that this doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. So that's all we have to do. We can go back here. Got it. And as you see, authentication is pending. Now, after a couple of hours, you can come back here in this menu email addresses and see if this actually, if this has worked. And now the last step is to actually set this new email that we have just added to your default email address. Otherwise, you will always have to change it manually. So click on this little drop-down arrow and then go to this email address, this that you have just added. Go to the three dots and click on set as default. And then it will take by default this specific email address. All right, so the next settings that we want to go into and see if everything is correct is our email list settings. So to get there, we go to the top menu, click on lists, and that will take us into our overview of all of our email lists. As you can see now, we only have one email list right here called Maddox Tutorials. And we also have one contact in our list, which is actually the email address that you have used to sign up to Getresponse. So if you send out emails to this specific list, you will also get your own email, which is good because then you see what people will see. So you can see the exact email that people are getting. And what we want to do here is we want to hover over the three dots on the right side, and then we want to click on settings. And that will take us into the list settings. And here you have three tabs. So you have general, subscription, and confirmation message. So first, let's go over the general settings. The list name is what people will see when they have to confirm subscription or when they unsubscribe from your list. So let me just quickly show you what I mean. When people, for example, want to unsubscribe, they see this page right here. At the bottom of every email that you send out, there will be a link that is saying unsubscribe, and people can click on this link, and then they will get to this page where they can confirm that they don't want to be on your list anymore, that they don't want to receive your emails anymore. And as you can see here, they see which list they are unsubscribing from. And in this case, it's Maddox Tutorials. And you can change this name right here. So make sure this name also makes sense for your subscribers. And then you can also give it a list title and list description. Then you can give it a category, which is not that important, but you can add it. Then language. This is the language that people also see when they unsubscribe from your list or when they have to confirm subscription to your list. So make sure this language is the language that your subscribers are using mainly. In my case, this is English. Then the next step here is show postal address in message footer. So maybe you know that with many countries, it's required by law that with every marketing email, you have to have your physical business address at the bottom of every email that you send out. So find out what the laws are for your specific case, and if you don't have to have your address at the bottom of every email, you can turn this off right here, and then they won't see the specific address. So you can change this right here. This is actually specific to Getresponse. A lot of other providers are not even giving you the option to turn this off. So let's move on. The next step is to add your logo. So if you have a logo, you can just click here and then upload your logo. And then it will show also when people unsubscribe or when people have to confirm subscription to your email list. I'll show you in a moment what this means. And you can also give a link to your own website. And when people click on your logo, then it will go to this specific link. So let's say maddoxmedia.com. Then make sure you save general settings. Also click save because otherwise it won't be saved. I want to quickly show you where you see that logo. So if you go to subscription and then you go to confirmation page, then you see here on the top, you see this logo that you have just added. So this is for branding purposes. Otherwise, I think it will show Getresponse, which is not what you want. So yeah, add your logo and add also the link that the logo will point to right here. And again, make sure you save it. Then we're going to go to the next tab here, which is subscription settings. And here on the first step, I would turn this off because if you have it turned on and you get like 10 new email subscribers every day, then you will get 10 emails every day telling you that you have a new subscriber, which I don't really like. So I have this turned off. And then the next step here is double opt-in. Now, if you want to, you can have people double opted into your list. The advantage is that you won't get fake email addresses because when somebody types in a fake email address in your landing page or in your form, then it won't really be on your email list until they confirm it in their email inbox. The disadvantage is that many people won't go through your email and reconfirm. So I actually have this turned off, and what I do is in my welcome email, I tell them that if they want to unsubscribe at any time, they have to just go to the bottom of my email and click on unsubscribe. So I have this actually turned off, but this is up to you. Then if you have this turned on, then you have to take a look at those settings as well, confirmation page. So these are the pages that people will go to when they reconfirm. So you can have them sent to a specific URL, or you can have them sent to the standard Getresponse URL. So right now, the standard one is this one right here. What you can also take a look at if you want to have a double opt-in and confirmation message is the confirmation message tab. So let's quickly save this right here and then go to the confirmation message. And this is the subject line of your confirmation message. Currently it's set to please confirm your subscription to Maddox Tutorials. You can also add a custom subject line, so you can tell something like, hey, please confirm real quick. Something like that. And then the from address I would change to this branded email address. Then body template. You can change the template. So let's say you give away an ebook, you can change it to ebook request. and then you see the confirmation message right here. So you can type in something here, and then this is by default, your request for my ebook, blah, 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 easy one-click confirmation. So they have to confirm right here. Then you can save confirmation message, and that's it. Again, this is only if you have this turned on. So in my case, I just turn it off and I don't have to deal with any confirmation message. I will set up my own welcome message. So this is everything that you have to look at in your list settings. So let's go back to lists. And also, if you want to create new lists, just click on create list. And here, let's say we have a customers. Okay, so now we have a new list, and we can put people on either this list or this list. And what I want to tell you is that when you have the same email contact on both of these lists, you have to pay for them twice. So if you have 1,000 people on this list and 1,000 people on this list, and they're actually identical, so they're the same email addresses, then officially you will have 2,000 email contacts, and you will have to pay for a plan that includes 2,000 contacts. So what I would recommend is to only have one person on one list. And the same way as we did before with this list, when you create a new one, always go into the list settings right here and change all the settings the way you want it to have. All right, now the next step that I want to show you is only for people that already have an email list and they want to import that specific email list to Getresponse. So if you don't already have a list or you don't have any email contacts, just skip ahead to the next part, just hover over the progress bar of this video and skip ahead to the next part, which is how to create a sign-up form. So for people who want to import a list, what you have to do is, first of all, go to lists on the top here, and then you will end up on this screen, and then just click on add contacts. Then we have to choose the list we want to put those people on. So let's choose the Medics Tutorials list. And then you can either add people one by one, which is really a lot of work. So I would suggest you choose upload a file. And what you have to do is you have to export your email list as a CSV file from your other email marketing provider that you're currently using. And then you can just upload that list to your Getresponse account using this option. So I'm going to choose upload file option, and then I'm going to click on select a file from computer. I'm going to choose this example file right here. So this is your CSV file that you download from your other email marketing provider. And then you can decide on add and update existing, only add new, or only update existing. As I don't have any people in my Getresponse account, it doesn't really matter what I choose here. So let's just say only add new. Then you have to tick this. I have permission to add these people to my list, which means that they have voluntarily given you permission to put them on your email list, which is the case if they have opted in to your email list on your other provider. Then click next. And then it will open up kind of a couple of columns, which, so Getresponse is trying to figure out what column will be assigned to what factor. So right here, it recognizes that these are email addresses, so it automatically changes this to email. So these will be saved up as email addresses. And then also the country, for example, it also recognizes that these are countries, so it assigns them to a country. And if something is not recognized, then you can assign it here. So let's, for example, say that, for example, this one, these are tags. So what I can do is just change this to. So let's say this is a comment that I also want to have assigned to each of these contacts, so you don't lose any information when you're importing your contacts to Getresponse. And then if everything looks fine, you can click on skip columns with marked question mark, which means that all of this data right here will be lost, because I don't have any data in there anyway, so I don't care. So I'm just going to click on import right here. Now it's importing your contacts, and this might take a while because people like the staff of Getresponse has to now look at these contacts and make sure they're actually legit, and you're not just importing random contacts that you're going to spam later on. So don't worry about this, just click OK, and then after like 2 hours come back to this and see if everything worked. Alright, so now that we have set up our email list, we want to have a way that people can use to actually sign up to our email list, to our email newsletter. So if you have a website, what you can do is just put a simple registration form on your website, or if you don't have a website or you don't want to use your website to gain new subscribers, you can also just build a landing page. I'm going to show you how to build a form first and how to put that form on your WordPress website. So if you go to the menu on the top left right here, you see forms and surveys. So we're going to click on this. And then we're going to click on create form right here. And what we're going to use for this tutorial is this list builder wizard, where they have a lot of templates that you can use already. So whatever fits your website or whatever makes sense for you, you want to go through all these templates and choose the one that makes the more sense for you. On the left side here, you have some different categories. So you have general sign-up forms, you have order sign-up forms, free download sign-up forms, which is great for lead magnets. So you can go through there, and also you can change these sizes. So you can change it from wide to wider to max. So for example, in a blog post, a wide form would make more sense, and for the footer, for example, a square form might make more sense, or for a sidebar, a square form might make more sense. So for this tutorial, let's choose a wider form. And for example, I'm going to choose this one right here. And then it opens up our form builder, where we can change everything of all the content in our form. So here, first of all, let's change the text. So I'm going to just highlight this, and I'm going to change it to, let's say I'm giving away a, one lead magnet that I'm giving away is a free YouTube optimization checklist. So I'm just going to say, get our free YouTube optimization checklist here. Then I'm going to change this image to the cover of the checklist. So I'm going to click on this right here, and then I'm going to add file, upload from computer, choose this cover right here, add, and then I'm going to click on use, and then it changes this image right here. So let's make it a bit smaller. You can also mess around with the size of this form, so you can drag it out, but then you have to just move this over as well. So just drag it over, and you can also drag around the button as well. If you want to have more things on your form, what you can do is go to the right side, look here, and then you can drag in whatever you want to put in your form. So you can drag in some more text right here. You can drag in, maybe you want to also ask for the last name, so you can drag in a last name field right here, but you would have to make this a bit bigger, and then you would have to kind of put it here as well. So you can really just, it's really drag and drop, and you can take some time to build the perfect form that fits your website. So I don't want to spend too much time designing with this builder. One thing I want to show you is that you can, on the top right here, you can click on the plus, and then you have a variant form. So what you can do is maybe change up the text here on this form, on this example, and then it will just, sometimes it will show the variant A, and sometimes it will show the variant B, and then you will see exactly how many people opt in with the first option with this variant A, and how many opt in, how much percent opts in with the variant B. So you can see which one converts better, which is really powerful. You can always test out what works best for your website. So let's say we're happy with this form right now. What we can do is click on preview on the top right, and then we see how it looks like, how it will look like eventually. And then we can also go to the settings on the top here, and we can change the name. So let's say this is YouTube checklist. Choose the list that people will put on when they sign up through that sign up form. Then confirm opt-in. I have it turned off right here. Then you can also add it to a cycle of your autoresponder. So you can say maybe they start on day 3 of your autoresponder or on day 0. I don't have set up an autoresponder yet, so I'm going to turn this off. Then you can say that you want to have them stay on the page, which is what I recommend, because they maybe are reading your blog post and they don't want to get off your website when they sign up using your form. then already subscribed URL. So what will happen if they are already subscribed? I would just leave it on stay on page. Then reCAPTCHA on the second step. I just have it turned off because it's really annoying. Choose tracking custom. This is really advanced. For contact data, not needed. So this is what I would do with the settings. Click save. And then we can go to the top here and click on publish. All right, so now we have this Java code and we have to use this code to put on our website. So I'm going to show you how to put this form on your WordPress website. All right, so now I open one of my example websites that I use for tutorials. And to put this specific form on your website, all you got to do is you have to go to, for example, we want to put it in a blog post. So let's go to all posts right here and then choose this hello world post. And then what I do is I go to the part where I want to insert this specific form. So let's say we want to insert it here. I'm going to type in something that I know where I want to put it in. So I'm just going to type in 999. Then I'm going to go to the top right, click on the three dots, and I'm going to change to code editor. Then I go back to my Getresponse account and copy this JavaScript code. Copy right here. Then I go back to my code editor of my blog post and I look for whatever I've inserted as a placeholder for this form. So here I just highlight this part and I right click and paste. This will paste my JavaScript code in my blog post. And now when we go to update on the top right and click on preview in a new tab, then we should see this specific form on our website. So as you can see, the form that we have built now is in our website and we can type in our email address right here. So let's say simon@madixmedia.com. Click on download now. And then people stay on the page. They can continue reading this blog post. And now when we go back to our Getresponse account, then we will, when we go to lists right here, we should see a new subscriber. So let's go to Madix Tutorials, which is our list. And as you can see here, this new contact is now in our email list. Now you can also put that form on the footer of your website or on the sidebar. If you would want to do that, you would go to your WordPress account, then go to Appearance, go to Customize, and then go to Widgets right here. And here you see the footer widget number 1 and the footer widget number 2. If I would want to put it here, I just go to footer widget number 1, click on Add Widget, go to Custom HTML, and then I would just paste my JavaScript code in this field right here, click on Add Widget, and then I have to click on Publish on the top right here, and then it will add this form right here. Obviously, now it would make more sense to have like a square form, because it fits better in the footer. Or if you have a sidebar as well, then you can put it in the sidebar widget, however you want to. So another way you can use to get people to sign up to your email list is to use a landing page. And with Getresponse, I've introduced a very cool feature called conversion funnel. So what you can do is build a funnel with a landing page that people can go to, and then they sign up with their contact details. And what you are doing is you're giving away something for free in exchange for the lead, in exchange for the email address. And then it will go to the second step of the funnel, which will be a thank you page. And then it will say, check your email inbox. And then in their email inbox, they will get an email from you sending them to your download page where they can download whatever you were giving away. So now I'm going to show you how to build a conversion funnel using Getresponse. So to do that, you just go to the top here on the left side where it says menu. And now we're going to click on conversion funnel. Click on create funnel right here. And here you see a couple of different funnels that you can build. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a lead magnet funnel, because using that funnel, we can give away something in exchange for an email address. What you can also do is build a standard opt-in funnel where you just will ask subscribers to sign up to your list. But I would suggest, or I would recommend you use a lead magnet funnel, because people are much more likely to actually sign up to your email list when you're giving them something for free. That's how pretty much everybody does it. They give away a free ebook, a free resource list, a free checklist, a free mini course, whatever you want to give away. But you will increase your opt-in rates by a lot if you just give away something for free. So, by the way, you can also use this to build a sales funnel or promote a webinar, but I haven't really used Getresponse to build a sales funnel, so I'm gonna show you how to build a lead magnet funnel. But the process is pretty much similar, so you can also watch this if you want to build a sales funnel. So click on Create Lead Magnet Funnel, and then you have to give the funnel a name. So in my example, I'm giving away a free YouTube optimization checklist again. So I'm gonna name this YouTube checklist. Then click Save and Continue. And then we have to decide, or we have to give Getresponse our lead magnet so that they can then create that download page for us. So I'm gonna click on Add Lead Magnet right here, and I'm gonna name this lead magnet YouTube Checklist. Description, learn how to rank #1 on YouTube. Then I have to first upload the cover of my lead magnet. So I'm gonna upload the cover of my YouTube checklist. So I'm gonna click here, and I already have uploaded this cover because I've used it before. So I'm gonna click here, then I'm gonna make this a bit smaller like this, click confirm. And then I'm gonna move on and actually upload my lead magnet. So this is where I upload my PDF document. So I'm gonna choose it here, upload. And then I'm gonna click on add and go to funnel. All right, so here we see an overview of our funnel. So the first step right here is where people will go to first. So this is the sign up page, which is our landing page. Then the second step is our thank you page, where we say, thank you for signing up. Now go to your email inbox. And then you can also create a welcome email, or this email that will go out when somebody signs up. And at the bottom right here, you will also see kind of how many people have subscribed, how many people have actually joined your list. And you can also build multiple landing pages, and you see which landing page performs the best and all that kind of stuff. So what you want to do here is you just want to go through here from top to bottom and create every step of the funnel. So let's start out with creating our landing page. So click on Create Sign Up Page right here, and then it will take us to the landing page builder. If you only want to have a landing page, you can also use this tutorial to just learn how to build a landing page, because it's pretty much the same process. So here you see all the different templates that they offer. You can click on lead magnets on the left side, and then it will filter out every, it already has filtered out every other landing page, and you only see the landing page templates here specific to giving away something for free in exchange for a lead. So let's just go with this one right here, and let's give it a name. Let's say YouTube checklist landing page. And here, by the way, you see the thank you page, landing page, and you can change all the content on here to your specific business. Click next step. Then it will open up our landing page builder, which is like a drag and drop builder. So you can just drag in stuff from the right side. So we can just maybe drag in an image, or you can drag in a button like this. But what I try to do is to keep this landing page kind of like the template is already built, because I think it already looks pretty good. And then I just change all the text. So here I would say learn or get my free YouTube checklist, something like that. Maybe delete this, drag this up to the bottom. So you can just drag stuff around, maybe change this image as well. So let's change this, replace it with the cover, make this smaller, drag it up. So you can just build out your landing page like this, and it will already kind of put in your icon of your lead magnet right here. And what will happen when people click on download now, it will automatically scroll down to this sign up form right here. And then they can enter their name and email address, and then they will be put on your email list. And they will go to the next page, which is the thank you page right here. And as you can see here, it says check your email, and then they will see the link in their email. Again, like similarly with the sign up forms, you can also create like split test landing pages. So if you click on the plus right here, it will open up a new variant. And what you can do here is just change up the title, change up the text a little bit, and see what will convert the most visitors into leads. So this is a very powerful feature as well. And then what you see up here is this is a pop-up form placeholder. So what you can do with this is that when people visit your landing page and then they want to close out of the browser, out of the page, then it will open up this pop-up. And this is very powerful as well because it also will increase conversions. So you can also redesign this to whatever makes sense for you. And so people can, it gives the people another nudge to actually opt into your email list. So you can change all the settings right here, change the design. I'm going to leave it as it is right here. And what you also want to do is make sure to optimize it for mobile. So on the top here, you see this mobile phone. Click on mobile, on this mobile phone. Click OK. Let's go to mobile. And most of these templates are already optimized for mobile. So there's not a lot you would have to change here. But go through here and make sure everything looks good on mobile as well, especially if you get a lot of traffic from mobile. So go through here, make sure everything looks fine. Then do the same thing for the thank you page as well. Look at the thank you page, see if everything makes sense. Obviously, you want to change the logo to your logo as well. Change it to switch it to mobile as well. Make sure everything looks fine. And then once everything looks good, we go to the next step on the top right. All right, so here we can change some SEO settings. So we have the page title. We have already decided on that. Then description, learn how to rank #1 on YouTube. This doesn't really matter. Then choose page URL. So right now, when you send people to this specific landing page, you will have to send them to this URL. This is because we haven't set up our own domain with Getresponse. So I'm going to publish it on this domain right now, but I will show you in a moment how to add your own domain and how to put it on your own branded domain. So for my example, it would be madixtutorials.com/YouTube checklist, something like that. So for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. And then subscription settings, thank you page, go to the default thank you page, which is the one that we have just created. If you want to have it to go to another thank you page, maybe a specific page on your website, you just click on custom thank you page right here and enter your URL in this box right here. But I'm going to leave it at that. And then click on publish. And as you can see now, it has created our first step of the funnel, which is our landing page. And here, this right here is the link. So what we can do is copy this link and then maybe test out this landing page. So I'm going to open up a new browser. So I'm going to paste this link in here, click enter, and that will get us to our landing page. Then when you click on download now, it will scroll down to this sign up form. You can also test it out. Just type in your name and your email address and see if it actually works. And now if I want to close out of the page like this, then it will open up this specific pop-up. And here it asks us, okay, why don't you give us your name and email address? So when we actually type in our name right here, let's test this out as well. Media.com, click get it. And then it should take us to our thank you page right here where it says check your email. Now the next thing we have to do is the next step of the funnel, which is our download page. This is the page that people will go to when they want to download your lead magnet. So let's click on create download page. And again, we have a couple of templates. I'm just going to use this template right here. YouTube checklist download page. Click on next step. And then again, it will open up the page builder. So obviously you want to change out all the things to your own brand. So you want to change out the logo, maybe change the text. And this is where people will see your file. So the cover that we've uploaded of our lead magnet. So this should change in the actual download page. So when you're done here, also click mobile, see if everything looks good on mobile. Then click on next step. Then again, SEO settings right here. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Click on publish. And then it takes us back to our funnel and we have created our download page. And then this is the email that people will see. So what they can do then is click on this download button, and then it will open up the download page for this specific lead magnet. So then when I click on download, it will download this checklist to their download folder. And as you can see here, this is my PDF document. And then there's one more step that you can do within your funnel, which is set up an automatic email that will go out after they actually receive that download email. I usually don't do this because when they are put on my email list, I have already set up an automation or an autoresponder that will go out to them as an email sequence once they join the list. So I don't really need this specific step of the funnel. But if you only want to have one email that goes out after they have subscribed, then you can create the email right here. But in my case right now, I'm not going to do this. One thing you do have to remember though is that when you create a conversion funnel, like a lead magnet funnel that you use to get new email leads, then Getresponse will automatically create a new email list for this specific funnel. So now when we go to lists, then you see that they have created a specific list right here. And right now you can't really change it so the funnel goes to a specific list that's already existing. So what I recommend is if you want to use the conversion funnel, then let it create this list right here, but then go into the settings right here and make sure all the settings are correct. So what you can do here is a YouTube funnel, change your list name to YouTube funnel 1, and make sure to go through all these settings, like add your logo here, then also disable the subscription notifications. If you want to have double opt-in, turn on double opt-in and all that kind of stuff. You just want to go through here and make sure everything is correct with your list settings of your new email list. So we have created now 2 landing pages for our conversion funnel, and both of these landing pages are now set to a URL from Getresponse. If you want to have it on our own URL, which is madextutorials.com, then we have to add this specific URL. So let's go to menu, click on landing pages, where we see all of the landing pages that we have built. And then we want to go to the right side, click on edit settings. And then we scroll down and we see here our current URL is madextutorials -.gr8. And we want to change that to our own domain. So click on add new domain. Click and here you can type in your domain. So if you have a specific dedicated URL or domain specifically for your Getresponse landing pages, then you can type in your domain right here, madextutorials.com, for example. But if you have this landing page or this URL as your main website, as your homepage, then you only want to assign a subdomain. So in my case, I would put in something like content.madextutorials.com. So I'm going to click on add domain. So now we can change this drop-down menu right here to the subdomain that we have just added. But as you see, it doesn't work just yet. What we have to do is we have to add a CNAME record to our domain DNS settings in our registrar provider. So in my case, I have this specific domain on Bluehost. So what I have to do is log into my Bluehost account and add a new CNAME record. If you want to know how to do this, you can click on this, add a CNAME record to your subdomain, and you see the instructions here, or you can just follow along with this tutorial because I'm going to quickly show you how to do this. So let me quickly log into my Bluehost account. So here in my Bluehost account, I have to go to my domains and then look for the domain that I want to add to Getresponse. In this case, it is madextutorials.com. Click on manage and then go to the DNS settings right here and scroll down where it says CNAME right here. So I have to add a new record, and the host record will be, if it's an entire URL, you would just put in an @ symbol. And if it's only a subdomain, you just put in the first part of your subdomain, which is in my case content. So then it points to. So this part you find in the instruction of Getresponse. So it is squeeze.gr8.com. So just copy this part and then put it into the points to box, and that's it. Now we have to click on save. So now, as you can see, the new CNAME record was added. Content points to squeeze.gr8.com, and it will take a couple of hours until it is propagated and it's actually working. So then you can go back to your Getresponse account, and right now, as you can still see, this isn't active yet, but it will be active in a couple of hours. So then right now it says content.medicstutorials.com, and I can also put in /YouTube checklist, which is my lead magnet. Then all you have to do is click on publish, and that has now changed your URL from the Getresponse URL to your own branded URL. All right, so let's now actually take a look at how to send out emails using Getresponse. So there's a couple of different ways you can send out emails with this software. So if you go to the menu on the top left, you see you have email marketing, autoresponders, and automation. Email marketing is basically just one-time emails, email newsletters, email broadcasts. Then you have autoresponders, which is like email sequences, and you have automation, which is like more complex email sequences that you can build with a visual automation sequence builder. And I'm going to show you each of them in this tutorial, and we're going to start off with the email marketing. So how to send out a one-time email. So click on email marketing right here, and then click on start or create newsletter. And then we will guide you through this creating of this new message. So first of all, let's give it a message. Let's say we have a new YouTube video, and I'm going to send this out to my email subscribers. So let's say YouTube video email marketing. And then we can already link this to a list. So let's say this is linked to this specific list right here. And we have the from email address, which will be displayed as the from email, which is the default one that we have set up. Then you have to reply to email. So if you wanted to go to another email when they actually reply to this email, then you can change it right here. Then we have to give it a subject line. And obviously with email marketing, you always try to get people to click on your email. So you want to make it a bit clickbaity. So you want to make it that people actually would want to know what's inside of your email. So I like to personalize my email. So what I do, I click on this button right here, and then it opens up a couple of options. So when people give you their name as well, when they sign up to your email list, you can use their name in the subject line as well. So let's use a name right here. Then you have these brackets and name. So it will, for example, say Simon. Simon, I have big news. Something like that. And then recipients, you want to decide on who will actually receive this email. So click on add recipients. And here you can either just decide on what email list this email will go to, or if you have set up different segments, so you can set up segments by saying, okay, this segment is only people who have signed up through this landing page, or this segment is only people who have the tag customer or the tag blog reader or something like that. And then you can decide on who will receive that specific email. Let's say I want to send it to this specific list right here, and then click add. And you can just go through from top to bottom, and when it's like a green check mark right here, then you're finished with the segment. So it's pretty straightforward. Now the next part is actually designing and creating our email. So let's go ahead, click on design message right here. And then it opens up a lot of different templates that we can choose from to design our email. So if you find something here that really fits what you want to send out, then just choose a template right here. And if you want to go from scratch, you can also click on blank templates and then use a template like this, where there's already an image right here, or you can just start from scratch. So I'm going to use this blank template right here so you can understand how you can design emails. So now we are in the email builder right here. And the way this is set up is that you have different sections. So this blue square right here is a section, as you can see here. And so we have a header section and a content section and then a footer section. The footer section will always display your address, your business address, unless you actually turn this off in the list settings. And then it will also have a unsubscribe link and a change your contact details link. So if people don't want to get your emails anymore, they just click here, unsubscribe, and then they can opt out of your list. Or if they want to change their email address, they can just click on this link right here. The Powered by Getresponse logo, this will be removed once you actually choose a paid plan with Getresponse. But if you're on when you're on the trial, you will always see this Powered by Getresponse badge right here. So you can change this to your own logo if you want to. I don't really use a header for my email, so what I do is I just turn this off right here on the right side, show logo, and also turn this off as well, show view online link, and then this header will disappear. And then you can start building out your email by going on the right side, click on layout right here, and then you can just drag in whatever you want to have in your email. So let's start out with a text block. Just drag in the text block right here, and then let's say hi there or hi. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time creating this email, but just so you know how it works, I have a new YouTube video. Check it out here. And what you can do is you can make this text also a link, so you can highlight it, and then on the top here you can click on the link icon. Then you can send them to a specific landing page, to a webinar, to an email address. What I want to do I want to send them to a specific address, which is the YouTube video. So for example, this would be youtube.com/blah blah blah. So I click insert, and then this will become a hyperlink and people can click on it. You can also personalize your emails by clicking right here. So after hi, we want to have the name. So we click on this icon right here, and then we just choose, let's say, first name. And then it will say, hey Peter, hey Simon, and so on. So let's say we want to also have an image. So we go back to the layout, and then we're going to drag in an image right below our text. So let's browse this, and let's say I want to add the thumbnail of the YouTube video that I want to send out to my subscribers. So let's choose this, click on add, and then it will be uploaded in the library. You can use this, and it will just be displayed in our email. One thing I want to say, that be careful with adding too many images to your email, because the more images you add, the more likely it will be that providers like Gmail and so on will mark your email as spam, and then it will end up in the spam folder. So here you can also change the size. So on the right side, just decrease the size right here, the width, the height, and make it look however you think it looks best. Then let's say I also want to add a button. So I can just go to the layout library as well again, and then I'm going to drag in a button below here, and I'm going to click on the element, and I'm going to change the settings here. So I'm going to say click here to watch now. I'm going to change maybe the color to a red, and you can change all kinds of things on the right side menu. So whatever you need, just drag it in the canvas and then click on the element and then change all the settings on the right side. It's really learning by doing. And then once you have created your email, once it's finished, you can click on, you can go to the top here where it says test and preview. And then what I would do is I would want to do a spam check. So click on spam check, and then Getresponse will check your email for trigger words that other providers have flagged as spam. So if you use a lot of words like free, maybe financial independence, maybe discount or promotion or something like that, then Getresponse will notice that this email has a high potential of actually being marked as spam. So if it says anything other than good to go here, then I would go back to your email and see if you can change something up that will not mark your email as spam. And they will also give you suggestions right here. So here's what we found: more images than text. So as you see, we should add a bit more text here, and this is fine as well. Okay, so once everything is good here, we can also send ourselves a test message. So if you go here, click on send test message, we can choose an email address you want to send the test message to. So you can choose your own email, your Gmail, click on send test, and then they will send this specific email that would go out to your subscribers to your own email, and you can check out how it will look like for your subscriber, which is pretty cool. I usually do this and I check for any mistakes, and then I go back here and then I change everything. So I have the final version. Cool. So that's pretty much it. Then once you have finished your email, click on next on the top right, And as you can see, we have now finished our design and content. Then what you can do is also turn on click tracking, so you can see how many people actually clicked on your links. You can also use Google Analytics. This is more advanced. And then you can decide on when you want to send that email out. So do you want to send it immediately, or do you want to schedule it for later? So if you want to schedule it, you can just type in the date and the time here, or you can send it immediately. What I also really like is this feature right here called perfect timing. So what this does is Getresponse will analyze the behavior of your email subscribers and will notice when they are most likely to open your email. So when somebody always opens your email at like between 5 and 7 p.m., then it will make sure that they will send the email just before 5 and 7 p.m. so that the likelihood of them actually seeing the email will increase, because it's higher in the inbox. And then it will be sent out within the next 24 hours at the best time that Getresponse believes to this email to be received. So click on perfect timing and then click on send message. And then this message is prepared to be sent out. You will always have this timer on the top here that if you click on send message by accident, you can click on don't send it, and then it will abort sending the message. So I don't want to send it actually, so I'm going to click on don't send. And that's basically how you can send out email newsletters, email broadcasts. So now let's look at how to create an autoresponder inside of Getresponse. Again, autoresponders are message sequences, so you can have like 5 emails that will be sent out over the course of a specific time frame. So if you go to the menu on the top left here, click on autoresponders, then you see we don't have any autoresponders set up. So we're going to click on create autoresponder on the right side, and we're going to give that autoresponder a name. Let's call it welcome welcome email series. Let's say new blog readers. And then we're going to move on to, first of all, you want to make sure it's on the correct list, because that autoresponder will start when people are put on a specific list. So let's say I have a landing page that puts people on the Medics tutorials list, and then everybody that will be put on this list, this autoresponder will be triggered. So on the first day, maybe there will be sent like a welcome email. On the second or third day, there will be like an informational email giving them tips about whatever they were looking for. And then on the, let's say, 10th day, you will promote something to them, that maybe your course or maybe your book or something, whatever you want to do with your email marketing. So then the autoresponder settings. When should this first email or this email go out? So let's say we want to have let's say we have this email go out on the first day. So let's say 0, which means that this email goes out at the same time as people subscribe to your email list. What you can also do is exclude certain days. So if you only want to have emails sent out through the work week and you don't want to have it on Saturday and Sunday, then you can just uncheck these days. But if you want it to go out immediately, and when somebody signs up on Sunday, then you have to check this box, because otherwise it won't go out if you have this unchecked. It will wait until it's a Monday. Okay, now the next thing is from email address and reply to email address. This is set up as default, the ones that we have added, which is also good. Then subject line, let's make this welcome to our community. And let's personalize this as well. Click on this icon and we're gonna choose name. Actually, let's put this welcome Simon, or let's put this in the beginning. Simon, welcome to our community. When you use like their name, then the open rate will increase in my experience. So I usually use their name as well in the subject line. Then design and content. We have to create our autoresponder email. So click on design message. And let's now choose one of these templates. Again, if you want to start from scratch, you can click on blank template and then choose one of these, or you can just use a pre-designed email. So let's use this one. and then it will open up the page editor. It's basically the same as we have taken a look before. You can change all the images right here. You can change the text as well and make everything really fit to what you want to send out. Again, I would do a spam check before you finish it, and then also send a test email to your own email address. Once you've finished your email, click on next on the top right. And then let's scroll down, and we don't have any links here, so that's why the click tracking is not active. Okay, so let's finish our message. Click Save and Publish. And now we have our first email inside of our autoresponder. You can always turn these emails off and on right here. And you can also change the day this specific email will go out. So right now, if you click on the calendar view right here, you see that on the first day, this specific email that we have just created will go out. Now we can put this email maybe on the 5th day or on the 17th day, whatever you want to. And obviously we want to create now more emails and have an entire sequence. So what you can do is you can create like 100 emails, and then every second day you send out a specific email. So you can even show more days, and you can have as much emails as you want. So let's go back. So what you would do is create another autoresponder email, and now maybe this one will go out on the 3rd day, and then do the same thing, create your email, click next, and then it will be inside of your autoresponder emails. Always make sure that you select the correct list, because each autoresponder corresponds to a specific list. So if I would change the list right here from Madix Tutorials to a YouTube funnel, then you see I don't have any autoresponder emails in there. All right, so let's now take a look at email automations. This is a very powerful tool of Getresponse where you can visually build your email sequences, and you have a lot of flexibility too, that when your email subscribers don't open an email, you can send them down different email sequences. Or when people, for example, you can ask them, what are you interested in? And then they click on the link that they're interested in, and then you know exactly what email sequence you will send them down next. So to build our first automation, we go to the menu on the top left side here, and then we click on automation. And as you can see, we already have one automation, which is automatically created because we have built our conversion funnel. And now what we want to do is create a new automation. So we're going to create a new workflow right here. And then Getresponse already gives you a couple of templates that you can use to because then you have a pre-built automation, and all you have to do now is put in emails inside of this automation. So for example, if you are promoting an email course, like sending each course a step via email every like 3rd day or something, then you can use this template right here. Or you have maybe a retargeting campaign, so all that kind of stuff. But to show you how to use this automation builder, we're just going to start from scratch. So I'm going to click on Start Now here where it says Build from Scratch. And then they kind of want to walk you through exactly how this works, because when you do this for the first time, you don't really know how it works. But you can click all this away. I'm just going to show you everything in this tutorial. So we're going to give our automation a name. So let's name this Welcome Email Series, or Welcome Email Automation. And then you have to give the automation a trigger. So what will trigger this specific automation? Will it be when somebody opens a specific message in your autoresponder? Will it be when somebody clicks a specific link? Will it be when somebody subscribes to a specific email list? So for this example, let's say we want to build an automation for everybody who subscribes to our email list. So click on Subscribes right here, and then it will start off with our first block. By the way, if you have a lot of like windows right here trying to show you how everything works, you can turn off the interactive tutorial on the top here. If you turn it on, it will tell you what to do, but I don't really like this, so I'm just gonna have it turned off. And then we have to decide on, click on this block right here, and then decide on what list do they have to be put on in order for this automation to be triggered. So let's say select list, you can say any list or a specific list, let's say the Madix Tutorials list. And then which method, doesn't matter, any method. Cool. Then the next step is, let's say we want to send out an immediate message, or let's say we want to give them a tag. So let's say, let me drag myself to the left side. And then what you can do here is drag in a tag so that everybody that is put on this list and starts with this automation will get a specific tag. So let's say our tag is, let's create a tag right here, create a tag, new subscriber. Click on add. Actually, we have to give this an underline here. Click on add. And then these contacts will be assigned this specific tag. So you know exactly who of your subscribers are new subscribers and are in this specific automation. So maybe you don't want to send new email newsletters to people who are in this automation. All right, so let's afterwards send a first email message. So scroll down here and then drag in a message block. So just drag this in here, always combine the blocks together. And then what you can do is select a message. So as you can see, we don't have a lot of messages yet. So what we have to do is create a new message. So what I do is, so just click on create message. And let's just create one real quick. So you see how this works. Design message. So I've now created a new email that will be sent out immediately when somebody subscribes to this list. And I have just selected it here. And then afterwards, let's say we want to have them wait for like 3 days after they receive this first email. So again, go to add elements and then go to wait right here and then drag in the wait block below this email. Make sure you combine the both of them, click on the element, and then you can decide exactly how long they should wait. So let's say they have to wait 3 days. So just type in 3 here. So what we can do now is we can check if people actually open this email, and depending on if they open it, we want to send them down different paths. So let's say, let's go to add elements and then go to the right side and choose this one right here, message opened. Going to drag this into canvas, combine the two, click on the element, and then which message opens do you want to track? So we have to track a specific message. So we want to track this specific message, which is the first message that we have sent out. So we have to choose this message, which is this one right here. And then when you assume the condition wasn't met, so if after 3 days they haven't opened the email, then it will be automatically set as hasn't opened. Cool. And now let's say to everybody who didn't open the email, we want to send another message, so another email, and we will be sending them the same email but with a different title, or we will send them a kind of a reminder email asking them if they want to download the lead magnet that we have offered them or whatever you want to. And whoever did open the email, we're going to send a separate email, maybe going through our next email automation sequence, teaching them more stuff, or maybe promoting something to them, and so on. So you really have tons of possibilities with this automation builder. You can just basically segment your list just by people going through this automation, and you don't have to do everything manually, but just adding different blocks. So you can remove contacts if they are not active anymore. You can, based on specific events, remove them from a specific list, maybe put them on other lists. You can also give them scores right here, so you can score them based on how active they are. So really a lot of stuff that you can do. Many times in my experience, you have something in your mind, like an automation that you want to build, but you don't really know how to build it. So I'd really recommend you actually hit this support here on the left side, click on chat, and then tell them exactly what you want to build, and then they will go ahead and help you out. As you can see, they are very quick. Somebody's in here right now trying to help me out. So make sure you actually make use of their support. It is really good. And I usually, when I am building automations and I am not finished yet, then what I do is I just add in a wait block and just combine my wait block with the latest messages that I have created. And I just set the wait block to 999 days, because then it gives me more time. People will stay in the automation, and it gives me more time to actually build out the automation. You can build this out to eternity. Basically, you can build it out for a year, so that when you get a new lead, there will be a year's worth of emails ready to be sent out. And this way you can really build out an automated selling machine with this automation builder. And it's actually really powerful. And when you finish creating your automation sequence, you have to go to the top here and click on Save and Publish. And make sure you actually click on Save and Publish, because otherwise it won't be active and it won't actually send out emails. So now, perfect, we have created our first automation workflow. And now when you go to automations, you see that we have created this specific welcome email automation workflow that you can always turn on and off depending on if you want it to be active. All right, so I hope this video helped you getting started with Getresponse. If it did, I'd really appreciate if you'd give this video a thumbs up, because then a lot more people will be able to find this video in YouTube. And also, if you have any specific questions whatsoever, just leave them down below in the comment section and I'll make sure to answer all of them. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel to not miss any upcoming videos. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.